So I grew up in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and as a young child, I remember vividly listening to The Wiz, which was the first all-black musical on Broadway. So we had that album. I remember listening to my mom play piano, and I remember watching my aunt in concert. My aunt Deborah Henry, my dad's sister, is a vocalist, and she sang backup for Bruce Hornsby. She continues to sing backup for Patti LaBelle. Bonnie Raitt sometimes, Jerry Butler, which is an old Iceman back in the 70s and 80s. So I would see her in concert, and we would hear her songs when, I guess in the late 70s, she had a solo career, really a band that she was the lead singer of called Silk. So we heard her albums, we heard her cassette tapes of her original songs, and we always just sang along to, again, those soundtracks and Fame on TV. And I knew I enjoyed singing. I sang in school choirs and church choirs. And I guess I was probably around 6 years old, maybe somewhere between 6 and 7 years old. I specifically remember looking in the mirror when I was standing on top of the toilet. So I wasn't tall enough to look into the mirror in the bathroom. And I remember thinking to myself that I wanted to be an artist of some sort. But I didn't really remember that moment until much later in my life, almost towards the end of college. I was raised, and my mother encouraged my sister and I to learn an instrument. So I played cello for 6 years growing up. My sister played violin and viola and upright bass. And then I sang in school choirs from 3rd grade on, but never really understood what a career in the entertainment world was. How do you go about it? You know, growing up in Bucks County, I was like, oh, I'll never, I didn't study music in college. I didn't really understand that that was maybe the first step that you take to then become an entertainer. I was like, how am I gonna, you know, growing up in Bucks County, become a star? So I didn't study music. But after college, it kind of came to me.